Hello, QBs. Nice to meet you after a long time. It's been a while, right? Since my previous video. Yes, it has been. Okay, so in these days in the middle, I actually happened to try a new coffee. It's always coffee o'clock in my life. So after the Blue Tokai video, one of you told me that, if you like that coffee, you should try this one, the Davidoff Espresso 57 Intense. I really like it. So I'm gonna have that today, but along with that, I'm very happy today because I also have cupcakes. Look at how beautiful they are. Wow. I'm just gonna pour the water first. Look at how big the chunks are. Love it. Which one do I pick? They're all so tempting. There's chocolate Nutella, there's red velvet, and there's blueberry. This catches my attention because it's purple, and we all know purple's my favorite color. Oh, look at the cream. Lopsided. Ooh, excuse me. Yay, let's go. I've really started to like this coffee. I mean, I've sort of finished half the bottle already and I really like it, but apparently instant coffee isn't great for your health, so I'm gonna read on that, So today's video is something that I asked for you all on Instagram because my DM is full of this question. Everybody asks me, how did you actually end up becoming a television host? Could you tell us how to take that path? Like, which course do we have to do and how do we get started if we want to be, a television host like you? And I thought I'll sort of address this. So I asked you all on Instagram, should I make a video on this? And you said yes. So let's get started. So I'm gonna sort of reveal a secret right now. Nobody knows this. I don't think even Zoom sort of knows my channel. That I actually auditioned to be an anchor on their channel way back when I was like 17 or 18. And I was rejected. It was a terrible audition. I did a horrible job. I was so nervous and I had to like read lines from a teleprompter, which I had no time to rehearse for, and I was just not confident, and I completely screwed up the whole audition and I was rejected. Deserved it. Okay, now they might still have that tape. I just hope they don't ever look for it. That'll be embarrassing. So I personally never really dreamt to be a television host because it's not something that many people dream to become, right? I mean, I didn't even know that was a career option. People who want to be a part of the glamour industry dream of becoming models and actors, but nobody really says, I mean, no, you don't meet many people who say that, oh, I want to be like a television host, right? I mean, at least in India. It's the same for me. I never really dreamt of becoming who I am today. What I really did dream of was Miss India. When I was like sort of growing up, I always saw that the person, like in Sushmita Sen and Lara Datta's case, the person who was first in Miss India ended up going to Miss Universe, and the person who came second went to Miss World. The person who came third went to Asia Pacific. So in my head, Miss Universe was like the ultimate goal when it comes to pageants. I never really wanted to become Miss Universe as a kid though, but I wanted to represent my country in some way, and this actually started at a very subconscious level when I was in my high school. I went through a very tough time. I mean, I went through a lot of bullying, and I ended up not having too many friends and a huge dent in my confidence. When people around you sort of make fun of you all the time, you start thinking that there is something wrong with you. And I had hardly any friends. I had 2 friends in the entire school that I spoke to for 2 years, and I just wanted a way to sort of find my confidence again. And by the end of like just when my 12th was ending, I sort of started watching pageants, and I saw that these girls, I mean, they're just not beautiful. They work on the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they present themselves. The question answer round is, the make it or break it round. You really need to know what you're talking about. You have to read about the current affairs, and it's a lot of preparation. You work on yourself as a person when you want to go for a pageant. And for me, I thought, if I go for something like this, whether I win or not, I'll end up working on myself and becoming a much better version of myself. I'll polish myself in so many areas, right? So for me, the first fascination was that I'll end up becoming a much more better version of myself if I go for a beauty pageant. And the second thing was, I was struggling to find my confidence back, and I thought that if I got this validation that a pageant gives you, they put a crown on your head and they tell you, you did it, you made it, I would maybe find my confidence back. Because it was a real struggle for me back then to believe in myself. And the third and very beautiful thing about pageants is you get to wear the name of your country on your chest, and you get to be called Miss India, and you get to go to an international pageant and represent your country. And for me, what happened was in my batch that they sort of separated Miss India and Miss Diva. So the winner of Miss Diva started going to Miss Universe, and the winner of Miss World, the winner of Miss India started going to Miss World. So I went for that pageant with full preparation, okay, prepared for a whole year for it, and I was selected, okay. I was actually the first girl to get selected in the top 16 batch, which was insane because, you know, the girls who come for Miss India, they are so beautiful. They are like some 300 feet tall. They have amazing faces, beautiful bodies, and you look at them and you realize, my God, India has so much beauty, and we have to compete with them. So I was lost. They were like, some of them were like professional models who like modeled for Sabyasachi and Manish Malhotra, and I was like, okay, wow, this is hard, but that's okay. It was a good experience, but I did not win the pageant. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that, oh, it didn't bother me at all, you know, I don't care. It broke my heart because that was my first big dream. You know, I dreamt of it for every day for a year and a half. I worked towards it day and night. I made so many sacrifices, and in 1 second, you know, you're out. You don't win, and it is heartbreaking. It took me like 2 years to get over it. And I remember after the pageant night going with my mom to the guest house where the girls were staying, I was staying, to pick up my luggage, you know, because we have to stay there for a month. And the journey to that guest house was so heartbreaking because it really meant that it's over. Pack your stuff, get out. It was bad, but that's life, you know. You don't win all the time, and that was my first dream, and it did not come true. It was hard. It was very hard for me, but thankfully a new door opened. What happened was that at the same time, because, you know, the rights to send a delegate to Miss Universe belongs to the Times Group, which is the biggest conglomerate in our country. They were looking for a female anchor. And I had the experience of getting rejected by Zoom a year ago. So I just knew it's hard to get in because I'd auditioned and I'd failed once. So they sort of thought I fit the bill because even though I did not win Miss India, while I was there, I always spoke well and presented myself well in a very sophisticated and intellectual way. So they sort of observed that and they thought I fit the bill. So they told me, you know, would you want to be an anchor with us? And because I had been rejected once in the past, instead of crying about losing Miss India and thinking, oh, you know what, I'm going to come back next year, I thought this is again an opportunity that I had failed in the past. Now it's knocking on my door. Let me make the most of it. And I took it. So the moral of the story is I've not really studied anything to become a television anchor. I don't know what exactly. So you're supposed to study maybe like BMM, Bachelor of Mass Communication, but I'm a business student. Okay, so I've studied nothing related to this. According to media, I had no knowledge, but I still joined because I thought this is a new opportunity, let me take it up. And I joined the Times Group and I became an employee immediately, within few days of the finale of Miss Diva. But it was hard because suddenly I was working with all these senior journalists and copywriters, and I had no idea what the media industry is, right? I mean, I did not even know what is an exclusive article. Can you imagine? So an exclusive article is something that you have taken and the rights to that content belongs to you. For example, if I've recently taken an interview of the K-pop group Drippin', that's an exclusive interview that I've taken. So that's my content. If somebody else wants to share it or talk about it, they have to give credits to me. So that is exclusive. I had no idea about any of this, okay? And in the real world, you are supposed to know everything. So I was so lost initially. I mean, every day was a struggle. I was learning on the field while doing the job. It was difficult because there is no margin of error in the real world. So I struggled in the early days, okay? And I was not working for TV. I was working for this digital portal called Miss Kyra. So I was never on TV initially, okay? I was copywriting, writing articles, and also taking a few interviews. And guess who my first interview was with? Hrithik Roshan. I mean, what a way to to start your career, but it was nerve-wracking because imagine you don't have any experience, you have no education in this field, and you have to interview Hrithik Roshan for his movie. It was for the film Kabil. I remember that interview is on YouTube and it is embarrassing. It's a good interview. I just feel like I'm so raw and you can see it on my face. I was so nervous. Somehow I got it done. But after that interview, I came back and I decided I'm going to change the way I interview people. I'm going to change the kind of questions I ask. And that's what I did. After that one interview, I decided every time I sit in front of a celebrity on a chair to ask them questions, I have to know everything about them. Everything about them, A to Z. I'll do all my research myself and never take help. Because I feel like when someone feeds information in your head, it's always half information, right? But you need to know the celebrity in front of you in and out, and you need to know the project they're sort of like promoting. So I do all of my research myself. All of it. I know everything about a celebrity, no matter how big, how popular or not so popular. I always like do that, whether it's the biggest group in the world or rookies. I don't care. For me, everybody's equal. I work equally hard. And I changed my style of questions. I made it very personalized so that everybody feels involved and they have something new to talk about in the interview instead of just repeating the same stuff. So my journey has been unexpected. I was a business student, Miss India, did not win, hired as a digital journalist, and then I sort of made the shift a year later when I joined television. That was something that happened after a year of digital. So yeah, and then I've been working in TV now for 3 years as journalist. Yeah, so that is how I became a television host. Totally unexpected, and but I do feel that I like it. Sometimes we plan certain things for our life. Like I thought, if I become a Miss India, maybe I'll get into modeling and all of that. But life has different plans for you. And I also feel that sometimes, instead of waiting and knocking on the same door again and again, you should make the most of the opportunity that comes to you. Sometimes we are so focused at looking at, they say that at the door that is closed, we forget to notice that a new one has opened. And I wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't be so happy today if I didn't take up that job. I could have just gone back to college after Miss Diva, but I sort of balanced college and this instead of thinking, oh, this is not what I want to do, but I made the most of it, and I learned on the job. There were bad days, and this job is not easy. Okay, it looks so glamorous, but my god, it is not. There are sleepless nights. When I research for an artist, especially a K-pop group with multiple members, for me, that's not one group. That's like 7 members or 5 members, and that's like 5 interviews. Because I do thorough research on each member. I read who they are, where are they from, what kind of childhood have they had, and who is this person sitting in front of me, and what is that one question I need to ask them out of everything. So I work really hard for it, and I do everything, not just getting the celebrity on the show, because I'm the producer of my show. I execute the show from scratch to finally giving the final episode for TV. So it includes research, making questions. Also, if you see the show, the way E now with the bulbs is written, the music is all decided by us and the graphic team. We work together. There's a legal team that works with us to make sure that everything is legally okay to go on TV, the kind of music that we use, the editing, what has to be removed, what has to be included, and the thumbnails. I make the thumbnails of all these videos that go, and half the time I take it from the fan edits because I love you all so much, and I feel like when I have a fan edit on the show, in the thumbnail, I feel like QBs are with me. I actually took a fan edit for the Drippin thumbnail from this fan account called Sugar Detective, and I took the Alexa one also from a fan edit because I feel like it's a nice way for me to feel the presence of QBs in the project, and I feel so happy when you all are sort of a part of it. So I do everything, including the synopsis, including sitting with the editor on the phone, and because now we're working from home, and editing everything, and then it's a lot of work and it's a lot of sleepless nights, and especially like interviews, like K-pop interviews take like a week or more to edit. So every day you're working morning to night. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work and commitment. And it might look so glamorous, but even like the setup is all done by me. When I shoot in this room, I'm shooting from my room because we can't really step out. It's not safe. I live with my parents. If I by any chance unfortunately catch COVID, I'll be coming home and giving it to them, and that's the most irresponsible thing I can do. So I work from home, and all the setup, the lights, the cameras, they're all done by me. I shoot alone in this room with my brother, who's in charge of sort of like switching on the cameras before the shoot starts and then switching them off. So I do, it's like a one-man army. It's a lot of work, but I feel happy because I've started to enjoy it a lot. And I don't know what, if you really want to be a host, maybe the correct path would be studying mass communication, because I'm sure it helps you understand the media industry and PRs and managers and what is everybody's role in this whole ecosystem. I had zero knowledge, so I already started at a back foot, and it was very hard. There were days when I messed up, but I thought, you know what, it's okay. I'll never make the same mistake again. I learned from it, and that's what I did. Every time I made a mistake, I never repeated it again. So I learned on the job, and I worked on the way you talk to people, the way you conduct yourself. I learned makeup myself because now it's lockdown, so I invested in products. I learned the technicality, the kind of cameras that are required, the kind of lighting for a particular shoot. You have to know everything. As a producer, you sort of give requirements for each shoot, so you have to understand everything about the 360 360-degree universe of how a shoot happens. So I had to educate myself from the scratch, but I guess I really enjoyed that process, which is why it worked out so well for me. So yeah, that's how I became a television host. I don't know if this is helpful or not, but it was very honest. This is how it happened for me, and I'm just glad I took the opportunity, because I'm happy today, and I have all of you with me, which just makes me want to work harder. Because if ever I'm having like a bad day and I come online and I see you all and I see the kind of support, is just, you guys have no idea what that support means to me. If I wish I could like express it in a better way, I just can't. I just want to tell you all thank you for everything that you all do for me. And you guys support me and tell me you can do it, and you guys wait for the next shoot, and you keep asking who's the next guest. You look forward to my work, and that is the biggest motivation, that there is someone out there who believes in you, and they want to see more of you. So I'm really glad. I read all the comments on my interviews and these YouTube videos of mine, and it makes me so happy. I try to reply to most of them, but just give me a little more time. Eventually I'll reply to you, but I do read all of them, so thank you for that. And trust me, I'm really nervous before my shoots. If you watch the interview of Tomorrow by Together, TXT, you'll see the behind the scenes where I'm literally panicking. Okay, right before the main interview starts, we've put like a behind the scenes part of it. I am panicking, really panicking, and that's me before every single shoot, because I feel like when you really want to do well at something, you are nervous about doing well, right? Because you want it to go well. And I also want to give a little tip here. If you're ever nervous about any kind of performance that you have to give, whether it's a presentation or a viva or an exam, if you're nervous, my tip is prepare. Preparation is the only way you'll counter it. Because when I feel like I'm so nervous, I just open my notes on the shoot, and I see, oh, I have researched, right? And I start practicing the opening link and the closing link and the introductions, and I start rehearsing the questions, and I tell myself, oh, I know it, I got this. So prepare. That is the only way to beat nervousness, okay? When you tell yourself, I know it and I'm working towards it. So just, that's my one tip for this video. That was my honest journey to you all. I hope you all got the answers to any questions. If there's something I missed, please let me know in the comments. I'll try to answer it there. I have to eat the cake. It's got the wrapper on. Let me take it off. Such a pretty cupcake, right? It's blue and purple. It's actually purple, even though it's blueberry. Is it always purple, blueberry? It's so pretty. Let me keep it there. I've heard, I never tried this flavor, okay? So this is the first time. Wow. Wow. This is from Theo Brahma. I love it so much. This is all I need with my coffee. So good. This cream. Oops. This is really so good. Okay, I'm not even kidding. I'm happy I picked this one. It's a new one. I butchered it, you know, and that's just how I eat, which is why I'm not allowed to eat on the bed, because I just destroy my food and I spill it everywhere, which is why I need a huge plate even for a cupcake. Let me know what you want my next video to be about, because I really read your suggestions in my DM and on Insta and the comments under my video, and that's how I get inspiration for my videos, because I just feel like it helps me talk to you all better and connect with you all. So let me know, and hope you enjoyed this video, and please take care of yourselves. I love you all very much, so you better take care of yourselves, okay? I need you all in my life for a long time, okay? We have to be together, so take care of yourselves, and yeah, bye. I'll see you soon in my next video. Take care. I love you all. Bye.